All right, sir. We are live. Hi,
Great.
everyone.
Great. So,
Sorry, we're a
Paul,
little behind tonight.
yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's casual gaming night.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
casual gaming night with Dan and Paul.
Yep.
And Paul, this, as you know, this is my first time ever running a D&D game online. So I'm
All
glad
right.
that it's just you and me, and
Nice.
nobody else is here to see like my possible screw ups or stuff like that. So that makes me
so,
feel a lot more comfortable.
so let's make it live on the internet. Great. Okay.
What? You want to say what now? So we are going to be running. So I'm going to be DMing for the first time here, and Paul's going to be running as the player. And I'm going to be running one of my favorite D&D modules by these authors that never did anything else, from what I can tell. So John and Laurie Vandegraff, classic D&D module '01, The Gem and the Staff, and it has two parts. And tonight we're going to be running part one about the gem.
Okay. Makes sense.
And so this was kind of unique, as we've said once or twice on the chat show. This is a one-on-one competition module for one player and one DM. So this was originally made to have, I guess, at a convention, have people sign up for a 4-hour slot, and one after another have 7 people have 30 minutes each at the adventure. So the original adventure had a hard timer of 30 minutes on it. You start, and as soon as I start reading, there's a clock of 30 minutes, and you just stop at 30 minutes. We're going to be a little bit more flexible here. I'm going to give you the whole session up to 9:30,
Okay.
in case I have technical glitches or I don't know how to run stuff online, maybe. So you will have a little bit more flexibility in the online scenario. You will get scored. So Paul will get graded at the end of the session, which again, as a teacher, makes me happy.
What's the scale?
Up to 33 points. You can score up to 33 points. Now, I will say that usually in these kinds of things, the scoring tends to be very right skewed. So sometimes if someone can score 10 points, they've done super well. I haven't actually done the math to confirm you can get all 33 points all at once. But it says that it's up to 33 points. And I bet if you score 10, I think that will be very successful.
Excellent.
And if you die instantly, that will be super unsuccessful. Paul, who are you playing tonight?
Excellent. I am playing Eric the Bold, which I guess is the pre-gen character that comes with the module.
Yes, correct.
Excellent. So here we have a nice character sheet. This is great. Which template did you use for this, or did you make this?
No, I did not. Maybe someday. This was made by a gentleman named Michael online. He goes by Malchor. And so this is actually kind of a recreation of one of the earliest original D&D character sheets, before my time, frankly. So that's on roll. We are using Roll20 tonight, and on Roll20, that's under original edition.
Okay.
So it's actually not under the Dungeons and Dragons sublist. You have to go all the way down to original
Oh, that's
D&D.
funny.
Oh,
That's funny.
yeah.
So let's see. I see here that I am a human thief, master pilferer. So level 8, very nice. AC 5. Okay, not the worst for a thief.
Yeah.
36 hit points. All right. Decent strength. Good intelligence. Middle of the road wisdom. High dex. Good enough
high.
con to get a bonus. Okay. Yep.
Interesting. That looks different.
Saves have odd numbers in there. Are we not using OED here?
We are using the original edition Delta house rules, so it is OED. And what I've done is I've taken I've done all the math.
Okay, so that's all bonuses.
I've taken your level plus the type bonuses and added them all together. So when you go to save, just roll a d20 and just add that number that's there.
Okay, great. Filch, you're calling the skill Filch now, huh?
Yes. That's the first word. You okay there?
Yeah, I'm fine.
That is the first word in the first appearance of Thieves here. I'm going to bring receipts here. Yeah, it says. It does say that bullet point says filch items and pickpockets.
filch items. Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And filch
So
is misspelled too.
That's perfect. Perfect. Okay, so it looks like I have a +10 generally to my thief skills. Then we have here and climb, backstab, etc. I have a sword and a dagger, and apparently I can throw my dagger. Looks like they're both magic. My dagger's a little bit better with +2 than the sword's +1. Okay, that's great.
Yep.
I have a potion of sleep. Now that's very interesting. I think that's a really neat little item there, which I don't think. I feel like we didn't really see. Where is there any? Is that got any precedence in any
non-standard? It's the only one that I've seen. It seems reasonable, right?
It seems very reasonable.
I think in later editions sometimes they had a poison that put you to sleep, right? So I think sometimes when once when I converted this to 3rd edition, I made that one of the sleep poisons is what I made.
Okay.
So it works like the sleep spell, right? Works like the sleep spell, all that kind of thing. Hit dice limit, stuff like that.
Well, that's okay. I'm assuming though that it has to be imbibed by the victim.
Yep.
Okay, so does that mean I have some number of doses then in terms of like rolling hit dice? How would I?
Just one.
Just one dose. Okay, so it's just a roll to see if I can get over the hit dice of my target. No.
Correct.
Okay.
And it maxes out at 4, right? You cannot affect anything over level 4.
Okay. So it's a little odd, but okay. Yep. Pushing a diminution. That's a great thief item. Ring of spell storing. Very interesting. Clever twist there for the adventure writers here to give us access to a few spells. So let's look at the spells I have. I have Charm Person, Detect Magic, Magic Missile, Knock, Magic Mouth, and Phantasmal Force. I guess the only one that jumps out at me is kind of an odd choice is Magic Mouth. That's very interesting. Magic Mouth always struck me as one of those utility spells that I thought, like, in the right situation, this spell is going to be amazing. But it's like 99% unlikely to happen.
Right.
But if something comes up and I can go, aha, I have Magic Mouth, I'm going to be the hero of the day at the table. Perfect, use Magic Mouth. I'm going to use Magic Mouth to do this thing. I could see as a thief, like as a single thief character, you may be using it as a distraction device or a warning if somebody's sneaking up behind me, maybe. So that's good stuff. And let's see, a week of food, just in case I get hungry during my excursions.
30 minutes during your 30 minutes.
During my 30 minutes. Okay, great. Okay. All right. Well, I feel pretty good about this character sheet. I wish I could have this on another page or screen or something. I wonder if I can. I wonder if I can log to.
You can. I mean, I know you have multiple monitors, so I think there's that. I think they're at the top right. There's at the top left. There's the little box in box thing, and I think that pops it out into a separate window.
Oh, the character sheet?
Yeah.
Oh, so it does. So it does.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. I mean, the interesting thing is, of course, to be able to. I might not need to do it. Okay. Let me go back to the character sheet. Great. Give me the character sheet, and let's size it again so it fits nice. Can I bring it over a little bit? Great. Okay, so now me and all the viewers can see the character sheet, and I can pop back and forth. That's what I was looking for.
Great. Lovely.
Okay,
Lovely.
That's what I wanted. Nice. So I guess I can have multiple tabs logged into Roll20 at the same time. That's useful.
Great. You're gonna track Eric's hit points, right? However you want to do that. And we have dice that are going to show up occasionally. If there's something that needs to be hidden, I might be rolling physical dice over here that nobody can see, and I will be reporting, probably honestly, what the result is.
My starting hit points were 36. Great. I am ready to go.
Great.
I am ready to filch and pilfer, and, skulk and lurk.
There is some opening text, so you're about to get some narration.
Excellent. Oh, look at you, fancy, with your visual aids. You really spent some time on this. This is great. Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Player's background. The knock on your door is quiet but firm. You awaken instantly, grab your sword, and stride to the door. Keeping the chain still fastened, you ask, "Who knocks in the middle of the night?" "I am Cordet of the Guild of Agents. I have a business proposition for Eric the Bold," a voice replies. Cracking the door open, you inspect your visitor. Your keen thief's eyes detect no disguise or weapons on the distinguished-looking man. He seems to be alone, so you let the stranger in. "I apologize for coming at so late an hour, Eric, but my employer's business is not suited for the prying eyes of daylight. My employer wishes to remain anonymous. He has asked me to hire you to retrieve an item." Reaching into his pocket, Cordate displays in his palm a sparkling amber gem of unusual size. "This beautiful object is fake, made of pure colored glass, as you can surely see. It is, however, a duplicate of a real gem. My employer wishes to have you steal the real gem and substitute this copy in its place." "Where is the gem located," you ask. "Tormac's Tower, in the province of Luho," he replies. A sudden chill dampens your enthusiasm. "I know of Tormac, the Archmage of Luho. The prospect of thieving from a powerful wizard is not to my liking. Even though I am the best thief in the city, it would be very foolhardy," you reply. "My employer suspected you might be reluctant," Cordate says. "So he asked me to mention that he knows the only witness to your daring theft of the royal scarab from the governor's palace. Should you decline to work for him, my master would feel it his civic duty to produce the witness to the Imperial Guard. Whatever fate should befall you in Luho would be far kinder than what the governor would impose upon one who embarrassed him so. If you accept the task, the witness shall never be heard from. If you bring the real gem back, you will receive your weight in pure gold, enough to keep you in luxury for years." You consider his words. The theft of the scarab had gone perfectly. How then had Cordate's mysterious employer known that you were responsible? The mere thought of what the flint-hearted governor might do to one even suspected of the crime. And the rewards for success would be generous indeed, especially with the contract terms guaranteed by the powerful Agents Guild. "The reward is indeed bountiful," you reply. "The risks no longer seem as great. Even a wizard dons his robe one arm at a time like any other man. I accept the terms," you say. You shake hands with the agent Cordate to bind the contract.
Wait a minute. Has he been specific here about the payment?
Yes, your weight in pure gold.
My weight in
your
pure gold.
weight in pure gold. Enough to keep you in
thing.
luxury for years. Not forever, I'll point out, but merely some years.
Okay. So I gotta make sure, after pulling this off, and before going to retrieve my treasure, that I have as big a meal as possible. That's my goal now. As large a meal. Really fatten myself up.
Here's the last paragraph. Here is a scroll with which to teleport yourself out of the wizard's tower, adds Cordate. After you steal the real gem, simply touch the scroll to the gem. You thank him, and he leaves to allow you to plan your theft, which apparently you're already well underway with.
Yes. Interesting. So I touch a scroll that works via touch. Interesting. Okay.
Yep.
That's
what he said.
Magic items. Yep. All right. Well,
yep. You have the scroll.
I guess the threat of revealing the witness to my prior job, and the carrot of the weight in gold, I guess, is enough. All right, very well.
Good.
So the teleport scroll will get me out, but I got to get my own way in, huh?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I pack up my sword and magic dagger and a week's worth of rations because I'm not really sure how far away this place is.
Yep.
So
some days later, you arrive at Tormac's Tower.
All right, Tormac. Excellent.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Great. So you see it. There is a figure there on one of the boxes there.
Yep.
You have arrived at Tormak's tower just before dawn. Now you are crouched behind an obelisk on the right-hand side of the end of a wooden drawbridge. The 10-foot wide, moss-covered drawbridge spans the moat, which runs around the entire tower. To your left, there's a mule standing quietly by another obelisk similar to the one that you are hiding behind. Across the drawbridge, you see an open entryway leading to the double doors at the base of the round stone tower. On the outside wall above the entryway, there is a lantern. And 20 feet above the lantern, there is a solitary, you think 6-inch wide arrow slit. The rest of the tower above the arrow slit is shrouded in mist. As you watch the tower, you see a young man emerge from the double doors carrying several sacks, which appear to be empty. He hesitates in the entryway, removes something from the purse at his belt, and walks across the drawbridge, holding the item at arm's length, like so. Comes all the way across the drawbridge, like this. As he reaches the mule, the young man puts the item back in his purse. In the dim, misty light, you are unable to see exactly what he held. Apparently, he hasn't seen you either. The man puts the sacks on the mule and checks the animal's harness. He is obviously preparing to leave.
Excellent. Okay.
So I need to go, as I learn how to use Roll20, go here and here. There you go.
Perfect. I think you can even rotate him around if you want him to face the other way.
Right. Right. I got your face. I got your face in the way, so now I got it. Right. There you go.
Yeah.
Young man putting empty sacks on a mule in the misty dawn.
That's great. Okay. Well, clearly, I need to sneak up behind him and try and steal whatever was in the bag, because I'm guessing that's some kind of ward or something to allow him to cross the bridge safely. These wizards, they like to trap their towers with weird magical traps. How far does the light extend from, you said there was a lantern above the doorway? Is that right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. How much of the area does that illuminate?
Only about 20 feet well, 40 feet dimly. The dawn is breaking, so if it wasn't for the mist, you could probably see pretty clearly anyway.
I see. It's dawn. Why did I choose dawn? Why didn't I come at night? Night is the time for thieves' work. I mean, the very guy who came and gave me the job said that. Nevertheless, here I am. So at least I have this nice handy mist. So I'm gonna sneak up behind this guy and see if I can just lift whatever that item was out of his pouch.
Feel free to move your token over there, and when you get a chance, make your filch roll.
I do not have control of the token.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
So you need to select the token and change ownership. You can set ownership to both, so that we are both able to move them around if you want.
Which thing is that? Here, controlled by.
Yeah.
There we go.
Nice. Okay.
Great.
Okay, so I'm sneaking up over here.
Great.
That's my plan. Okay.
Yeah. So it doesn't seem like he has. It doesn't seem like he is alert to you. Let's make a. What am I calling it these days? Let's make a sneak check. Yeah, let's make a sneak check.
Okay, so it looks like I'm at +10. So here we go.
I'm going to give you another plus. I'm going to give you another +4 because he's so busy. Another +4 because he's very busy. Clearly. Yeah.
So I have a +14. So I just need a 6 or higher on a d20 to pull this off.
You are the best thief in the city.
Yeah. There you go. There's a 14.
Okay. So you successfully sneak over. He clearly hasn't heard you, and I'm very generous with thief skills. You can have up to 3 chances to pick his purse that he clearly put something into. Now, if you roll a natural 1, then he detects you.
Right. Okay. So this is again at +10, or am I also getting the +4 for this?
This is just the 10.
Okay, just the 10. So we're looking for 10 or higher. Here we go. Look at that. First one out. 16.
Great. Eric, you pull out your dagger, and you actually snip the straps on his purse, and you carry away his entire purse.
Excellent.
And he has no idea that it's gone.
Perfect.
If you want to sneak back behind the first obelisk, you can continue hiding.
Gonna go hide back behind the obelisk.
And
Wait
the
for him
young
to
man
leave.
The young man finishes packing the mule, and he leads it off into the morning mist.
Excellent. So I'm keeping an eye on the drawbridge just in case somebody on the inside is raising it up as he takes off.
The drawbridge is not moving; it's totally motionless. Again, there's a bunch of misty, illuminated mist kind of floating over the moat, and that mossy drawbridge there, kind of floating underneath the lantern over the doorway. You have the purse.
Excellent. And the looks to me from the image like the base of the ground underneath, as far as I can tell, it doesn't look like water. It looks like maybe it's just dirt or brush or something down there.
There is
right?
water down there.
There's
water.
That's meant to be water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of sludgy green, mossy. There's green stuff growing on it, but it is actually still stagnant water.
And up by the lantern, there's an opening. Is that right? There's some kind of window or.
There is one arrow slit. There's an arrow slit. It's a single arrow slit. Other than that, the whole tower is just like bare stone.
Do I think I'm going to be able to sneak across this drawbridge is my question, and not be seen by somebody up in that arrow slit? I'm kind of tempted to either climb down, but you said it's water, so I don't want to swim. That sounds like that sucks.
And that whole bank there is all loose turf with moss and weeds all the way down.
Okay. But you said there was some mist floating over the top of the bridge. Maybe if I stayed really low, if I kind of army crawled it across, do I think that I would be? Is there enough mist that it would obscure me?
Good question. I will say that you can see the arrow slit. You can see the lantern and the arrow slit.
I want to sneak as close as I can to the bridge and kind of peer underneath it to see if there are handholds underneath. Could I cling to the bottom and climb across?
Interesting. You do that, and you don't see anything like that. No. This moss-covered bridge just has bare planks of wood on the bottom side.
All right. Have I fully cased the tower? Have I walked a circuit? Do I know if
you have? Yeah. This is the only. Yeah. You don't see any other openings. You don't see any other arrow slits or doors. There's no other way across the moat.
All right. I will take a moment to sit here behind the pillar and go through the bag that I've stolen.
Great. This is what you find in the young man's purse. 8 copper pieces.
Sweet.
5 silver pieces. Mm-hmm. A brass disc stamped with the image of a dragon. An iron key. A rabbit's foot. And a folded piece of paper listing carrots, onions, beans, rice, potatoes.
So I've got his grocery list. Awesome. He's going to be screwed when he shows up at the market. How am I going to buy? He doesn't have any money either with which to buy his carrots and his beans. Oh, man. All right. So I'm guessing, looking at the objects, I'm trying to guess which one it was that he was holding out in front of him. And my guess has got to be that it's either the brass disc or the rabbit's foot. So maybe he's just superstitious, and he had the rabbit's foot out because he's superstitious. Or it's this brass disc which has a dragon. Is that what you said on it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. The image of a dragon's face, kind of half curled up.
All right. Well, let's see. I'm running out of options here. Wondering.
It's getting somewhat more light, I will say that.
Yeah. Okay, so we got to get in there. Just gonna quickly take a peek here. What was that? Did you roll something?
No, I did not.
I heard a rolling noise. That's weird.
I might have hit my desk.
So let's see. What else can I do here? I can. Do I want to blow one of my spells already? I can maybe detect magic, see if there's anything in here that I need to be worried about. I could use a phantasmal force to send across a dummy to see if that arouses any suspicion. I could use my potion of diminution, be real small, sneak across. Feels a little too soon to be using much of this stuff. So I guess I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try my. I feel like my major options here are either to try my army crawl idea to stay low to the ground and hope that the mist obscures me, or to just walk confidently across upright, maybe holding out the rabbit's foot to pretend that I've lost my my grocery list, and I am that guy headed back to retrieve his groceries. So I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go. It's probably terribly foolish, but I'm gonna go with choice B here. I'm gonna do my best imitation of, oh shoot, I've lost my grocery list. Holding my purse, I'm gonna take out the rabbit's foot, hold it out in front of me, and walk cautiously across the drawbridge.
Great.
Keeping a careful ear out to hear if anybody calls anything out or if I see anybody.
Great. So you walk directly. So I'm moving the token here.
Oh yeah, sure.
And let me see. You get about halfway across the bridge,
okay.
And the wooden planks of the bridge underneath you creak at one point.
Oh dear. Oh, that's not good. That doesn't look good.
Where's my rotate thing? Here we go. Sorry. There we go. Okay. And a thing bursts up out of the moat. And it's some kind of hideous reptilian giant monster with many, many heads. And they all reach up over the drawbridge and start snapping at you.
What? Son of a bitch.
Half a dozen giant monster heads, any one of which could snap a man in half instantly. And please roll for initiative.
Okay. All right.
So we're going to roll d6, and whoever rolls higher gets first. So here's your first encounter, Eric.
I thought I'm pressing the d6 button. There we go. I got a. No. Yeah.
Mine is.
I was a little laggy there for some reason.
Okay. I have rolled a 1. You get the action.
Yeah, see, you got it too. Yeah. Roll 20's being a little laggy on us for some reason.
Okay, all right. Okay, so we'll know that. Anyway, so you've actually won. You're going to tell me what you're going to do in the next 6 seconds. 6. 5.
I'm going to dash into the doorway.
Very good. As previously noted, the drawbridge is very mossy and wet. And as you dash across it, I'm going to need you to make a dexterity check. You're going to roll a d6, and you're just going to add your dexterity bonus.
What's my dexterity bonus? It is +2. Okay. Here we go. Got a 7.
Target's generally 5, so even a lesser man would have made it. So you, at top speed, dash across, avoid the snapping heads, trying to break your body into a million bits, and you are actually dashed into the door here.
Excellent.
Well, okay.
Excellent.
I was really hoping you were going to lose initiative. And then I go here. Great. So do we have to replace the piece all the time? Is that what we do?
Yeah, the best advice I got was to just go back to the first page and literally copy paste the piece from page to page.
Well, I can do this pretty efficiently, so there's that.
Okay, fine. Excellent.
Right there. All right.
But, you're going to have to give me ownership each time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is why copy paste is nice. Because copy paste will take those permissions.
Is it edit? So it's edit and then... I've forgotten how to do that. Is it this
Control
thing?
C? Control V? What? Oh, how to get the permissions? I don't recall.
Yeah. Okay, it is... Okay, note to self, it's the gear icon is what it is.
The gear icon, there you go.
It's the gear icon. All right. You are in the entryway of Tormac's Tower. Torches light both sides of the hall, and 2 massive oak doors studded with large iron door knockers stand ahead of you.
Okay.
There's a screaming, squealing, snapping sound from directly behind you.
Lovely. Does it look like that thing can fit through the doorway?
It's trying to crawl up, trying to climb up onto the drawbridge. Do you take a moment to look back around at it?
Yes.
You notice that it doesn't have legs; it has flippers.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay. Just out of curiosity, I put away the rabbit's foot, and then I hold out the disc and see if that causes it to retreat or.
It does not. It is still squealing outside, actually.
Stinking thing. All right. Well, I clearly didn't take out the right thing. Okay. I am going to carefully examine the floor before I step forward towards the doors for any kind of traps.
Great. Your intelligence bonus is 1. So I'm going to do this because Paul won't know whether he succeeds or not. Your intelligence bonus is 1, so I add that to the check for traps that I'm rolling physically. Looks like a solid stone floor.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Then I will creep carefully up here to the door.
Mm-hmm. Again, 2 massive oak doors. They have large iron door knockers. And there's actually a keyhole lock on right underneath one of the handles.
I examine the door carefully for any traps.
Very carefully. It's a large door. It's very thick, but you don't see any traps.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I will take out the key, the iron key I have, to see if it looks like it's a match for the lock.
It actually does not look like that.
Okay.
It has a very different tumblery, whatever you call the end of it.
Yep.
It's not going to fit.
I will attempt to pick the lock.
Very good. So roll your whatever I'm calling that now. Oh, no, you have failed. 15. So you take out a little piece of wire and you're fiddling with the lock, and you have not got it on your first attempt. I do permit 3. If you fail 3 times, the lock is beyond your capacity. Would you like to try again?
Yes, I do. I try again. 18?
18 is a total. No, you need 20.
No, I need 20.
Oh, the target is always 20.
Try one more time. Ooh, 21.
21. That's actually just barely what you need, basically. So on your final attempt, you go, oh, it actually has an very unusual mechanism that you've never seen before, but nonetheless, your keen thief skills managed to undo the 3rd tumbler in the row, and it actually does unlock the door.
Excellent.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. So I'm going to do this, and I have to share it with the gear icon, which is not on my screen right at the moment. Okay, so if I'm smart, I would copy it before I go to the next page is what I would do. There we go. And then here, and then here. Okay, so I'm turning this around here. And doing this.
Oh dear.
There we go.
That's not me. That's a very large person, apparently. Or I'm very small.
You have entered a large storeroom. You see a door in the wall at the opposite end of the room. To your left are shelves filled with boxes and bottles. To your right are 2 clusters of barrels. A stone well sits there between the barrels, and there's a small sliding panel set into the wall to the right. Standing in the aisle beside the well is a 14-foot tall stone giant who is currently singing a jaunty tune that goes like this. Riddle-de-ho, riddle-de-hay, almost time to eat today. Riddle-de-yum, riddle-de-yummy, meat and wine for my empty tummy. And he's currently walking by the well in that direction.
Away from me?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I slide through the door
Mm-hmm.
gently closing it behind me, and then try to
Okay.
sneak to this corner over here.
Okay. Okay. So you have the shelves to your advantage, and he's currently back 2. So how about you roll a sneak check at? I'm gonna be such a nice guy. I'm gonna give you a +6 on this sneak check.
Wow. Just anything but a 1, 2, or 3. Here we go. That's the wrong die.
That is the wrong time. You roll a D8.
Ooh!
Oh!
20 on the nose.
Oh wow, 20 on the nose. Okay, all right. So you're sneaking. You do close the door behind you, and you get real close to the shelves in order to block as much as possible. And you momentarily knock over a bottle. A bottle starts rolling this way and that way, and you catch it. You catch it at the last second. You put it back in place, and the giant. Going back and forth there. Okay.
Having one of those like Mission Impossible moments where the sweat trickles off my head and I catch it.
Yeah. And the giant takes another step. Boom! The whole room shakes with the weight of the enormous giant. He's going to weigh like probably a couple tons. And he takes another step. Boom! And what do you do now?
I'm gonna remain hidden and watch him.
Okay. Boom! I'm gonna go back to. I wish I had 2 screens. Boom! And so he gets to the end, and you're looking through one of the shelves. So the shelves are actually open in a couple of places where there aren't stuff on them. And there's bottles, and there's boxes, and there's sacks and things like that. And the giant here. Whoops! I gotta stop doing that. So take this and then do this. Is that what I'm doing? Having trouble rotating my guy here.
Yeah, it's a little awkward, but yeah, you got to grab
There we
a
go.
little. Yeah.
So he looks down the last aisle, looks around, and then turns around and boom, takes another step back towards the south. What do you do now?
All right. I'm going to try and time this just so. So I'm going to come up here.
Right.
I'm going to watch for him. So I'm expecting him to come forward, look down the next aisle. So I'm listening for the thumbs. And after he's looked that way, I'm going to try and kind of just roll forward, just do a little quick somersault across the aisle before he's had a chance to come look down it as he's walking.
Boom! That happens. Boom! He gets to this point, and he does in fact turn this way, looks down this aisle, shrugs.
Great.
Good stuff. Riddle-de-ho, riddle-de-hey. Almost time to eat today. And he takes another step here. Okay. I'm making a roll here that you don't see. Move your guy because it doesn't seem like he notices you.
Cool. Try to go.
Great. Thoom. And he gets to the doors here. Thoom. And he looks down this aisle here. Everything looks okay. Riddle-de-ho, riddle-de-hey. Stone Giant did his job today. Yes, go ahead.
I'm skulking forward now.
Very good.
Towards this end of the room.
And you hear him say, better look even closer. Master, not like how I do job last week, will look even closer down this aisle here. Thoom.
Oh dear.
Thoom.
Moving here.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm gonna go right on over to the door and see if the door is locked or.
You notice that his club has an enormous spike in it. I should say that his club is about 10 feet long and it has an enormous iron spike in the end of it. And it looks like you're investigating that door.
Yep.
Doesn't look trapped. Looks like a normal door, and you don't see a lock on it.
Okay. I'm gonna go through it.
Great. In original D&D, you usually need to make a D6 roll to open doors because sometimes they don't fit right or they're swollen with moisture depending on the atmosphere. So please roll a D6 and add your strength bonus.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, natural 6. Great. Great. So Eric's very fit, again, the best thief in the city, and he's very fit, and he pulls the door open, even though a lesser man might get it stuck, and he slips through, and the giant is entirely unawares and never knew this happened.
Excellent. I feel like I did that pretty well, except that I'm very curious about that weird little trap door on the right, and I'm a little disappointed I didn't get to figure out what that was. But oh well.
You got to make a call. You only have 30 minutes, so you got to make a call and you got to move on.
Yeah, got it. Yep. Going by the standard D&D tournament mantra of just keep pushing forward, go.
Right. You are currently on a landing. I don't have an image for this right this second. You are on a landing. There's a curved stairway going down to your
landing. Okay, go on.
So there's stairs up and down. It curves down to your left and up to your right. You hear the giant behind you still singing that song.
If Rasmussen wrote this, there would be a sniper at the top. That's what I've come to understand. Do I have any kind of good detection-y spells? Nope, I don't have anything like that, so I'm just going to have to make a call. I'm going to go down.
Okay. You go down the stairs, one spiral, second spiral, a third spiral, and at the bottom, there's just a 10-foot wide space with a single, very solid wooden oak door with bars, with a very small barred window at the top.
I peek in through the window.
Looks like a bare dungeon cell. It's 10 feet square. It has a little bit of straw. There are manacles in the wall on the opposite side. There's no prisoner. There's no skeleton. That's all you see.
I don't know. Wizards are pretty tricksy. Is the door locked? I tested to see if I can open the door.
It's actually open right now.
Okay. So I open the door. Let's see.
Roll a strength check.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
When I say open, I mean it's not locked. Great.
I am amazing at opening doors. I've been practicing all day. Back at home in the Thieves Guild, we have this whole hallway full of doors.
Yes.
Constantly opening them.
Yes, and you train other thieves at it too.
Yep.
So you've pulled the door open and
do I see any locking mechanism in the...
There's a latch that someone could put a padlock on. There's no padlock there right now, but there's a latch that could be closed and then padlocked.
So like there's a ring on the door and then the metal latch comes over it and they put the lock on like that? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do I have on me? Just I don't want to get. This just seems so classic for me to get stuck in here and then get, get trapped in the cell. It's just against my thiefly instincts, I think, to walk into a prison cell. So I hesitate for a moment, and all right, I got no good ideas. Okay, so fuck it. I go into the cell, hoping that the door's isn't gonna like just swing closed. Is it? Is it like a heavy door where if I let go, it's just gonna swing shut?
Doors are weird. Doors, sometimes that happens. You hold it for a moment. You feel like it's not immediately slamming shut as you hold it.
Great. Well, I do my classic dorm room trick, which is I take the grocery list and I fold it several times into a wedge, and I jam that into where the door meets the wood jam, knowing that it will not close all the way with that jam piece of paper in there.
Great. You actually pull the door closed on it to make sure that it fit, that's held there.
It's kind of right in there, like in the hinge, right? So that it just wedges it and kind of keeps it from closing all the way. Okay.
So you're on the inside.
And then I get in there, I go on the inside, and I search around. Search the whole cell.
You don't find anything. It seems like a solid stone floor. Seems like solid stone walls. Old but functional manacles. A little bit of straw. That's actually it.
Okay.
You are pretty confident. You're pretty confident that with your expert searching that there's nothing else to be found here.
Okay. The manacles are attached to the wall. Is that true?
They are. Yeah.
Okay. I scoop up a little of the straw, put that in my pocket
Mhm.
because you never know. I grab the grocery list out of the door and I head back upstairs.
Great. So you go 3 circuits up, and you're currently outside a door. The stairways continue, and you hear boom from the door that you're currently next to. Do you continue up?
Oh, yes.
Great. You come to the end of that store. So it goes 3 circuits up. And you come to the end of the stairway, and you're at a 10-foot square landing. To your left, there is a door, and to your right, there is a small arrow slit.
I look out the arrow slit. Is this the same one that's over the drawbridge?
It is. It's right. It's over the lantern. It's over the drawbridge. The creature on the drawbridge is not there. It's not in sight anymore. You see some like frothy bubbles in the moat far, far below.
I look around here to see if there's any evidence, a candle stub, a crust of bread, anything that looks like maybe somebody was stationed here and I might be made.
You do not see anything like that at all.
Okay. All right. Feeling confident. Great. I listen at the door.
Great. Interesting. Your listen is +4. Is that right?
Good question.
It says on the sheet. Or here. It says here +4.
Yes. Yes. Here +4.
Yeah. Okay. And that's on a D6. So I will roll that so that you don't know whether you failed or not. You do not hear anything past the door.
Okay. I look over the door. Any traps? Any locks?
You actually do see that that the door opens away from you, and on this side of the door, there's actually a piece of stone panel. It's about 2 inches thick that has 2 grooves that seem disconnected from the rest of the roof over your head.
Okay. Okay. So I'm thinking maybe that's a stone block that's gonna fall if and when I open the door. Okay. But there's gotta be I didn't find any kind of catches or switches or anything like.
You
Gotta
did
get in
not.
and out of this door somehow.
You did not.
Can I use my thiefly skills to disarm this trap?
No.
No. Okay.
In original D&D, the thief disarm
Right,
traps
it's
is
for
only for very small things like a
Yep.
pick or a lock or a pin or something like that. So actually, no.
Very good.
If you tell me that you have some object that is useful for a large, I guess you think it's a stone block that might fall down, I'm willing to listen to that.
Based on the description, that's what it sounds like. You said there's a panel, like a piece of, like a solid piece of stone, right? Like goes end to end over the door, and it's got 2 grooves in it, like grooves going in.
Yeah, you can. So looking at a lot of people would totally miss this, but you can see 2 grooves, and so the panel in between the grooves looks like it's a separate piece of stone.
I guess I apply a little bit of pressure to it to see if I can slide it side to side or in and out or up and down.
It's further than you can reach, so it's directly above your head in the roof, about 15 feet
just
up.
above the door. Oh no! Oh,
it's in the roof, this side of the door by a couple inches.
this side of the door.
So in the roof, just outside the door.
Interesting. And the door pushes in.
Yeah.
I look around on the floor for any kind of pressure plate or sign that something has fallen here.
There is a little bit of a scarred up piece of stone directly underneath that, and it looks like perhaps something has fallen here in the past, maybe more than once.
Yeah.
But you don't find any catch, and you don't find any pressure plate.
I mean, I really am a piss poor adventurer here who has no rope and no pole. So I berate myself for not bringing obvious standard equipment with me. Looking here for my book of spells so that I can have the spell descriptions in front of me. I used to have one sitting here.
Gotcha. I mean, if you want to, I mean, I have mine right here, so I could read something to you if you like. Or keep in mind that I never run D&D the same way twice, so there's always the possibility that I've made some kind of subsequent edit that's going to surprise you and you're going to be horrified by. That's
all right. So tell me, let's see. I don't want to make you read all the spells to me. Oh wait, there it is. I found it. I knew it was here somewhere. Found it.
Great.
Okay. So, looking at my spells here real quick. Charm Person is interesting, and I'm eager to find somebody to use that on who's going to give me more information about where things might be. I didn't use it on the Giant because I assume the Giant doesn't count as a person because his humanoid man size are smaller. It exactly says Redis. I knew it was going to say something like that. That's great. Detect magic, obviously, well, it might be useful. There's like been 6 things already that I've thought of casting detect magic on, but I don't want to waste my 1 detect magic. Magic missile is very straightforward. Knock has a so knock does have a good solid range, so I could like step back down the stairs a bit and cast knock from a distance. Mm-hmm. And then I have magic mouth to speak a message. I'm desperate to find a good use for that one. Okay. I can't believe I don't have any string or what was, I think back to what was on those shelves downstairs. What did I see? There was a bottle. I remember I almost dropped a bottle. Was there anything else useful down there on those shelves?
Mostly
string
food.
Or twine or...
It was mostly food.
Okay. All right, mostly food.
Didn't see any string, didn't see any twine.
All right. Looking at the block, I'm imagining now that the block is going to fall down and land on this spot. Is there any space to either side? If I stood way to one side and like open the door, no, it's gonna.
Nope. And you can see some of the tiles below it are in fact cracked. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm not seeing any good way to get through this door other than to just try to be as quick as I possibly can. Or I guess use the knock spell. Is knock... When I cast knock, number 1, do I incant arcane words that are loud and audible?
Great question. Great question. I'm going to look that up.
Great.
Which is terrible protocol on my part, but I actually don't know.
And then the
screw this. I'm not looking at. I'm going to go with yes. I'm going to go with yes, just because that's the default spellcasting stuff. So I'll say yes.
Yep. Some folks also rule, and I'll be curious where you stand on this one, Dan, that when you cast a knock spell, that the door is nigh blown off its hinges. That the door will explode open with violent force.
I kind of like that. I hadn't heard that before. We're telepathically, and then it's usable by you. Yeah, so right. So the ring actually telepathically informs you how to cast spells, and they work normally at that point.
Very cool.
In your experience, the knock doesn't blow the door off the hinges.
Great.
Anything's possible. Now the universe now knows that's a possibility, so maybe that might actually happen.
I feel like if I remember correctly, that in Tunnels and Trolls, I think Ken St. Andre retitles the spell "What Door?"
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So okay. Anyway, I don't think I want to rely on magic, so I guess I'm just going to rely on being forewarned and swift, and I'm going to grab onto the door. I'm going to push the door and simultaneously jump backwards.
Okay. Okay. Make a strength check to open that door, which might be possibly
That's right.
stuck or something.
Oh, right. It might be stuck. Okay, I'm gonna change that then. I'm gonna say I'm just gonna bull forward. I'm gonna shove on the door and just
Okay.
like roll into
Okay.
the room as fast as
Great.
possible.
Okay. Great.
Oh, that's not a good time for a 1.
Okay, so you push on the door, and it is actually stuck and jammed. Nothing falls down and cuts you in half. You can try again if you would like.
Sure. Well, I stopped for a minute and I listened at the door again just to see if anything's moving around or has heard me attempt to heave on the door. No? Okay.
You don't hear anything.
Then I'll give it another try. Better.
Great.
4.
So you do that same job, right? So you bull rush in, you spin in. Sure enough, the giant stone block slams down on the other side of the door, pinning you in this location.
Okay. Great.
Copy this. Get this. Great. Okay. So here you are, and that door is open, but there's a giant stone block directly behind you, and you pick yourself up, and as soon as you spin onto this location, I guess I'll describe it here. You see you quickly, with your skills, quickly take in your environment. You see a round stone room, which is really a 20-foot deep pit. Directly across the room, you see a passageway leading to a curving corridor. There's this 5-foot wide stone bridge leading from this door to that passageway. There's a faint smell of sulfur lingering in the air of this room. And as soon as you stand up, you hear a click, and this bridge starts retracting under your feet, back under the stone block you just came from. Feel free to tell me what you're doing.
Fucking
6,
wizards. I run
5,
as fast as I can and jump when I reach the end.
2. Okay, so you said that before. Wait, you said that before I even got 6 seconds in. So it's only retracted by about 3 feet or so. Please roll a d6. There's some math here, and don't roll a 1. Yeah. And even if you do roll a 1, there's going to be another check after that. Don't roll a 1. Great. So you totally, as it starts to retract under your feet, you totally leap, with an enormous athletic run, leap into the air and slam into the invisible door that's blocking the passageway.
Yes.
And the door appears as soon as that happens. And you take some damage. Let me see. You jump in the door. So hitting the door, you take.
What was the name of this wizard again? Was it Grimtooth? Was that
Tormac?
Is that what I called that? Tormac. Okay.
Tormac. So you take 3 points of damage for slamming into the door at full tilt, and right, and then of course you fall into the pit, and you take 20 feet. You take this much damage. Oh, Eric! Oh, you take full possible. You land directly on your back, and you take full damage for 12 points. And you feel like you might have you probably fractured a rib or something like that.
Oh, criminy! All right, son of a bitch.
You can see you're on your back, and you can see this tick 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 as the stone bridge retracts into the wall. From where you came, and after a minute or so, it's entirely, totally retracted, and there's no bridge above your head. And you are trapped in this 20-foot deep stone well.
Okay. All right. Well, I see if I can climb up. Let's,
Great.
I still can't. I don't have fucking rope. How do I not have rope? What kind of idiot didn't bring rope?
Okay, well, we're gonna use your. We're gonna rely on. Well, I don't know. It was either John or Laurie, or maybe both. So we're gonna rely on your thief skill, which I roll on a d6. So you're gonna roll a d6. You're gonna add that climb bonus. It's about the 6th thing across on the line there. Everything in here is kind of slippery, right? It's a misty environment. Everything's kind of slippery. I'm gonna subtract 1 from your climb skill. Okay. And whenever you're rolling a d6 here, the target's always 5. So your climb skill on a d6 -1.
-1, but my
It's
climb is
a little
+5, so I
slippery.
still can't actually fail.
What?
Even with even if I rolled a 1, it's +4, and I would get a 5. My climb skill, according to the character sheet, is +5.
Oh, crazy. Well, you're a very high level thief, so you're very experienced. Okay, so yeah, you're very careful, and you find the grooves in the
Yeah.
wall, and you climb back up, and whichever side you want, the side you came from, or the side with this new door that just
No,
appeared.
I'm gonna go to the side with this invisible fucking door.
Okay, it's now visible. There's now a visible
It's now
door.
visible.
Yeah.
Okay. It's interesting. I would really be very curious to talk to this wizard, I suppose, about. Oh, look at that.
Now, clearly, most
once
intruders
a
would be
week he
dead at
comes
this
down
point.
here and yeah. All right. Well, I climb on up there. Is there any kind of lip or ledge in which to stand, or is it literally just flat wall?
Well, no, but you're a sufficiently proficient thief that you can just with a tiny little itty bitty crack, you're pretty proficient right there. You have a free hand to manipulate something. There is a handle on the door.
Okay. Great. But I still don't trust that there's not yet another trap here. So I'm looking to see if there's any other kind of trap. Does the door open into the room or out?
It does open into the room just like the other door, yeah.
Okay. I still give
you search it over
to see if I.
Now it looks like a normal door, as far as you can tell.
I try to just pull it open and peek in.
Roll that strength check because maybe it's stuck.
Yeah.
Great. Yep. You open it a crack, and you peer out, and there is a there's a little landing, and then there's another stairway up after that.
Okay. All right. Well, I climb on through then.
Great. You go up the stairs.
Yes.
Great.
Yes. Nice fake out in that trap with the smell of sulfur. That's good.
I agree.
I like that.
Yeah, I agree.
I like that.
Here. Paste it. There you go. All right. Whoops, I keep moving the thing around.
So it's interesting that the OED, the OD&D Book of Spells, and this adventure agree on something that's actually always caused me problems in BX, is whether or not invisibility can be cast on inanimate objects or not.
Yeah. So in BX it can, right? Is that?
I already don't remember. I just remember it coming up in my campaign and it being a contentious point.
Right.
Possibly because in BX the duration is crazy. Right, so probably you've sidestepped a lot of problems in Book of Spells by giving it only a week maximum duration.
Correct.
Otherwise,
that's
there's a little invisible objects everywhere.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I made a choice that, generally speaking, I just don't want anything permanent below like 5th level. Is you're going to have that? Well, why isn't this everywhere in the entire world at this point?
Yep, it's wise. Okay.
You open a door at the top of the stairs. And this opens onto a great hall. It's 35 feet long and 20 feet wide. The door is in the center of this wall right here that you just came in. The room contains various items of furniture, including tables along the wall to your right and left. There's a sheaf of papers lying on the right-hand table right next to you. There's a large tapestry partially covering the wall at the south end of the room. In the wall to your right, that is the north, there's an alcove in which there's a foot-tall figurine standing on a 3-foot-high pedestal. In the wall directly across this room, there are 3 identical doors.
Excellent. And are those on the wall to my left, but on the sides of the tapestries? Those look like mirrors. Is that right?
Yeah. Small tables with mirrors on them. Yep. You can see yourself in one of them.
Excellent. Great. Objects on the table to my left.
A voice comes from the direction of the figurine in the alcove. Greetings, guest! If you seek a way or inquire about your fate, I may be of help.
Seek a way? What does that mean? I say, in exactly that volume.
Seek a way, or inquire about your fate. I may be of help.
Does it look like the statue is animating or moving in any way?
You don't. You look more carefully at it right now. You don't see any movement right now.
Okay, I am mistrustful. I look at the objects on this table to my left.
Yeah, there are some papers there. There's an
On my
inkwell.
left.
There's a quill. Oh, on your left. Sorry.
On my left, yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple of empty bottles there, and there is a small statuette of a fat man.
Okay. All right. I look at the table on my right. You said there's some writing. I want to take a peek at that.
Okay, there is a halfway
Without
written
touching it,
letter.
I'm just looking.
Yep.
Okay.
You're just looking at it. There's a halfway written letter on top of the stack of papers. It is addressed to a certain Sakara the sorceress, and in brief, it is telling the Sakara that the writer has obtained a magical medallion from the ruins of Goski. That's the place, that the Lord of Goski had once ruled an army of invisible warriors. The writer goes on to say that he has given this medallion to his loyal servant, Datan, who has found it useful in his duties.
Okay. I take it.
Take the letter.
Yep.
Great.
And then I walk over here to the statue, and I give it a good look.
It's made out of alabaster. It's white. It's only about a foot high. It's a very old man with a cloak and a staff. Does not seem to be moving.
And I say to it, "Speak again, statue."
Greetings, guest. If you seek a way or inquire about your fate, I may be of help.
Tell me of my fate, statue. And do I see any mouths appearing on it? Do I see any?
No, you do not. You do
Yeah,
not.
okay.
So you've asked, tell me about my fate statue.
Yeah.
For Yate appends dawn yut woo new dext.
Say that again, statue. Tell me of my fate.
For Yate appends dawn yut woo new dext.
That is very strange. All right. Well, nothing is jumping out immediately about that, and I don't want to spend the whole game here sitting here staring and trying to decipher that strange message.
We might have to roll on to another session, so we might possibly continue this next week.
Well, I've written it down.
Great.
I will ponder
Okay.
it. Interesting. All right. Well, I'm gonna move across the room here to this door and examine this door
Very good.
right here.
As you take a step, the voice echoes from behind you again, and it says, "Amazing art!"
Sure.
So you've looked at the door at this point, and it seems like a normal door. So it's wooden, and it has brass bindings.
Amazing art. I'm gonna regret not having spent more time with this weird message. But okay. Ash thinks that the stash is checking me out. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna. Any locks on this door? Any traps on this door?
You've searched it and you don't see any either of those things.
I listen at it.
You do not hear anything at all.
All right, then I push on through. I try to open the door.
Through the door. Great. I'm just gonna say that maybe you need to try more than once, but you actually do open the door, and you step through. Here. And you can see that, right? So you've just come through the eastern door there, and it snaps shut behind you.
Of course it does.
This room is 10 feet square. There's a door in the center of each wall. To the left and right of each door are identical picture frames, all empty.
Empty picture frames.
Mm-hmm.
For Christ's sake. Okay. I turn around and reopen the door I've just come through.
It doesn't open.
Son of a bitch. Good. Of course it doesn't. I will try to open this, or I will look at the door to my right.
Right. Looks like a normal door. Looks like a normal door. You don't see any traps or locks.
I will try to open it.
It doesn't open.
Mm-hmm. I will keep going around counterclockwise. Try the door opposite, and then the door to the south.
Great. So you check this door, and you don't see any traps or anything like that. Make a roll to open a door.
Okay. 6.
Okay, this one actually does open.
Okay.
Do you step through it?
Well, I look through it first. What do I see?
You see another room like this one.
Another room like this one looks exactly the same.
Yep.
I don't. I close the door.
You close the door.
Yeah, I do.
Click.
I look at this empty picture frame just to the right of it.
Right.
I feel it with my hand.
Yeah, it feels like plaster over stone.
I scrape away the plaster with my knife.
With what?
My dagger.
Okay, so you take out your dagger.
Yeah.
And you start scraping away the plaster, and you start to see some bare gray stone behind it.
Huh.
Seems solid.
Interesting. This is very strange. I go check out this door to the south. Since
Very good.
I've looked at all the doors yet.
Doing this search here. Looks like a normal door.
All right. I try to open it.
Make a roll.
Yeah. That is a 4.
Okay, so this door...
+2, maybe?
Yeah, +1 for your strength,
+1,
and you need a 5. So generally, actually, with your character, if you roll 4, 5, or 6, that opens the door.
Okay.
So this door actually does open up, and you look through it, and there's bare stone behind it. It is a false door.
Oh, for crying out loud. Okay. Okay, well, I look at this picture frame just to the south west here.
Yep.
Or the western side of the south door. Looks the same as the other one? Plaster?
It does. Yep.
Okay. Draw a little smiley face in it with my knife.
Okay. Okay, great.
Okay. Great, I do that.
That is there.
Excellent. Perfect. I'm gonna go back to the north door, and I'm gonna use my one and only knock spell on this door.
Great. Please incant the magic words for it so I know that actually happened.
Excellent. Conk!
It never gets not funny. Great. I will now quote from the authors John and Laurie Vandegraff. Even a knock spell is ineffective against this enchantment, and it fails and does nothing.
Oh, for Christ's sake! John and you guys suck. That's what I say to you, John and Laurie.
Oh man, that's classic D&D for you. It's brutal. It's brutal, is what it is.
All right.
Yeah.
I go back. I open this door and I walk through. Actually, wait, I don't walk through. I just open the door and I look in.
Yep.
Is there a smiley face on the?
There is not. There is no smiley face on that panel. No.
Okay. And on any of them? Do I see any smiley faces?
Them.
Okay.
There's
great.
no smiley faces.
Then I head on through.
Great. I'm going to take. Let me see. So I'm going to take control. Yep. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Oh, are you doing that? Oh, jeez.
Nope.
Sorry.
Nope. I've done nothing. The world is gone. I am gone. I'm invisible now.
Okay, there you go. So you are in a 10-foot square room. There's a door in the center of each wall. To the left and right of each door are identical picture frames, all empty.
Okay. Again, I turn around and see if I can reopen the door behind me.
Roll a d6, please.
Okay. I mean, I just walked through it, for crying out loud. How did it get stuck already? 3.
It does not open. It does not open.
Really shoddy craftsmanship.
You can try again. You can try again if you want.
No. I should have been smart and said that I tried to make sure it didn't close behind me, but oh well, it's fine. I will go to the door to my right and check that door out to see if it is likewise.
It doesn't seem trapped, so you've searched it. You don't see any traps or locks.
I try to open it.
Roll a d6. It opens.
What do I see through it?
There's another room.
Same as this one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Fucker. Okay. All right. Oh, for Christ's sake.
You got 1 minute in the session today.
Oh, jeez.
But we can continue next time. And we can see more of Paul as Eric stuck in the amazing art.
This is terrible. Oh, I hate this kind of shit. All right.
Yep.
I go around and I scrape away all the plaster.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just in the picture frames or the whole.
Yeah. Oh,
okay.
I see. You're saying that it's the plaster of the wall behind it. I thought you were saying that the picture frame itself was just full of plaster for some reason. That there was like a layer of plaster that was being framed. Gotcha.
It's just the blank wall behind it.
Oh, I take
so it looks it is. It seems firmly attached to the wall.
I pull hard.
Doesn't come off.
No. I try to just push my hand or even my face through the picture frame.
No, that doesn't happen. No. You have your face firmly against what seems like bare cold stone.
Yeah. Okay.
You have some fragments of plaster that you've scraped off on your face.
Great. Crap. Let's see. So it previously. Okay, so I'm gonna go back. And try again to reopen. I'm gonna try and retrace my steps. So I'm gonna try and go back. And gonna try really hard to open this door.
Yeah.
I got either a 5 or a 6.
Agreed. It seems firmly stuck at this point and does not open to your expert door opening skills. It does not.
For crying out loud. All right. Well, that's fun.
You want to go for another 5 minutes? I don't
have any brilliant ideas.
Okay.
So no, I guess
okay.
we can wrap here.
Okay. All right. Very good.
Okay.
Okay. So you get to be frustrated or annoyed for a whole week. So for the next week, Eric the Bold is stuck in the amazing art room of Tormak the Wizard.
Right.
And classic D&D trope, classic D and
Not one of my favorites, I got to admit.
Understood.
Yeah,
Understood.
yeah, yeah.
Yep. Understood.
Okay. Yeah, I will think about it. I will see if I can make any sense out of this nonsense that the statue said to me, and see if I can figure my way out of this thing.
Great. Okay.
Cool. All right. Interesting, very interesting adventure so far, I have to say.
I kind of like it. Not everything not everything hits every cylinder all the time, but I actually do kind of like some parts of this quite a bit. I
mean, 30 minutes, right? Like, so I should be done. I should be well done by this point, right? Like, should have been scored.
It's a tournament, and as you and I have talked about tournaments in the past, I think that I wouldn't be surprised if they were set up for most people fail. I mean, it wouldn't be crazy, and then the person, the one person out of 8 who gets anywhere near it is clearly the winner at that point. We're chatting, and I'm learning software and stuff like that. But yeah, that would be a rush. That would be a real rush to get through in 30 minutes.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, it plays into, I think, what you and I have both said of tournament modules, that like the best strategy is always to just bull forward as fast as you possibly can. Right. I probably took my sweet time on a couple of those challenges when I should have just been like, nope, nothing brilliant and clever here. Just go forward.
Maybe so. Now, obviously, I will say that this series of rooms would obviously end the game for somebody. So getting trapped in here is a pretty bad situation that probably depletes the rest of your time, probably. But I would like to come back next week and see how you get out of this, possibly, if you do.
All right. Well, I hope I come up with something. Yeah, I mean, my gut says it's probably some kind of pattern that I have to do of going through the right doors in the right order, which would really drive me nuts. So I will contemplate that. I'm still fascinated by the picture frames. I feel like there's something there, but maybe not. Maybe it's just there to taunt me. All right.
Great.
Very good. Very good. All right. Well, I think that wraps us up for this week. Thank you, folks, for joining us. If you wanted to leave any ideas you have for me, those don't go looking up the module. I don't want any cheats here. But if anybody has any clever ideas that anybody who's watching this and wants to share, help me out of my predicament, I'd like to hear it. Leave us some comments, viewers.
I'll allow it. Yeah. All right. You want to play like that? Okay.
I got to use everything I have to my advantage here. We are streaming this game.
I respect that. Use all your tools, man. Bring it. Yeah.
Excellent.
I approve.
Great. All right. And we'll see everyone next week, or I will see you if you care to join me on Thursday for 10 Dead Rats. Other than that, good night, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Adieu.
See you next time.